Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. We're back in San Francisco, California, just the same way we ended last year. We're here in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl against Washington State, who boasts the top passing offense in the nation, led by redshirt senior quarterback Taylor Bruggman. He led the nation in passing by almost 1,000 yards. Just absurd numbers here in this passing attack led by Mike Leach's air raid system. Although our Golden Eagles hope to be the team riding high here as we look to end our season on a high note, again with a bowl victory, although this time with a 10-win season on the line, which would mark the first double-digit win season here in this Marquette series. So the Golden Eagles a lot to play for. The Cougars come off a win in the Apple Cup last week, defeating UW, which gave them bowl eligibility as they entered this one 6-6 on the season. Kenny Johnson and Jeff Harris there are captains for the coin toss as Washington State does win it. And they're going to kick. Now here for the kickoff. We're now underway here from San Fran. Dusty Alexander just going to knee that one for a touchback as Marquette will start at the 25. Now the first offensive play here for the Golden Eagles, and they'll start with a give for Mario McBride as he gets 6 up the middle, a good way to start the day. For those who missed the end of last episode, the national championship, South Carolina against Army, after the Gamecocks go 12-1, winning the SEC championship. And now 2nd and 4, go right back to McBride. Another good run up the middle, 4 yards and a first down. As I said, the Cougars with the top passing attack in the nation, although their defense not really on the same caliber. Now Alexander, his first carry, and really nothing there to the outside, just 1 yard. Last week, Greg Walker, probably the best passing performance of any Marquette quarterback thus far. I think around 330 yards with 4 touchdown passes, the first time we've done that. Now Walker on the drop back. Nothing open, going to roll to the right. And so we'll just keep as he does take it ahead for 5. 3rd and 4 now. Coming out in the 22 and they go for McBride and nothing doing on the 3rd down run. And now I think Marquette will punt as the drive stalls out. Eddie Stevens on to punt from the 41. His last game as a Marquette Golden Eagle. We're going to miss him. Although Castillo is going to take over as our punter next year, as we just signed the top kicker in the nation last week. Hunter Kraft. He stays in state with Marquette. That punt going to be fielded there at the 11 by Jenkins. Derek Perkins diving there and getting the stop, although Jenkins does stumble ahead, gets 13 on the return. Washington State now takes the field for the first time. And we're probably going to be living in nickel and dime here today. Bruggman to pass. Gets Wicks there on the screen. Breaks the Witherspoon tackle. Carter can't bring him down. Then Aaron Clark gets there. The 3rd man finally gets the stop. 14 yards for Wicks out of the backfield. Bruggman, another drop back here. And they get Rogers over the middle, but a big hit by Bobby Price. And now 2nd and 5. Washington State now at the 46-yard line. They go with an option play here. The pitch back to Wicks. And Carter be there, force him out. No gain. Now 3rd and 5. Less than 5 minutes now remaining here in this first quarter. Bruggman takes the snap. And they'll dump that off for Wicks again. Good blocking there in the 2nd level. And Wicks leaks out for 9 and a first down. First down now. They go play action. And really nothing doing. I'll just let this one develop. See how it plays out. I guess no one's going to get there. So we'll just get a free rush there with Bobby Price. And we'll get the sack. You love to see it. And there I think it just displayed the passing numbers for Bruggman. Over 4,600 passing yards. Like I said, almost 1,000 more than the second quarterback. As he connects there with Castillo. 4 yards, now 3rd and 6. And in addition to the passing yards, I think it said 47 touchdown passes. As he was the Davey O'Brien Award winner. Carter over the middle for Russell. The John Mackey Award winner from last year. Standout tight end. Darius Russell, 7 yards on that one. Washington State now from the 35, moving along here. And they're going to go for a chance over the middle. I thought they were going to go towards the sideline there, and I read that wrong with Chris Carter. Washington State staying in the hurry up, now in the red zone. Bruggman to pass. Good in and out there by Russell, although Mark Henry is there to make the stop, 9 yards for the tight end. The Cougars now inside the 10. 2nd and 1. For the end zone, and Robert Williamson can't bring it down. Had it in his hands there in the back of the end zone, but just knocks it down. And he had, 3 interceptions in the first 2 games of the season, but since then, none. Looking to close the season strong with 1 there, but he couldn't haul it in. And I feel like it's been weeks since we've corralled an interception. Now 3rd and 1. And Russell drops it. Had the first down in his hands. I was crashing down. I thought he was going to swing that out for the running back there with a lot of space, but instead opted for the check down, which was a safe bet, but still nothing doing. Now they're going to go for it here on 4th and 1. You would expect nothing less from Mike Leach. Bruggman directly under center for this one. And they'll go to Wicks and Aaron Clark. A tremendous diagnosis there as he read that perfectly and delivers the big hit. He's made a big impact as a run defender here as our nickel guy. Huge defensive stand there from the Golden Eagles as we take over from the 11. Walker takes the snap. We'll swing that for Josh Terry. Spins away from a man there in space. Only gets 3 though. And I think we've gotten a little bit better at implementing Terry out of the backfield. It just took a little bit, but we're getting there. And I think next season we'll be able to fully, unveil his playmaking potential as a slot and H-back, primary fullback for us for the most part. Jeff Harris will, of course, graduate, and we'll see Josh Terry a lot more in the backfield. And now 2nd and 7. We'll go with McBride. Runs into the line, and he's stopped there for a loss. Another 3rd down for Marquette. As Walker takes the snap. Pocket collapses a little bit, rolls to the right, being chased. Go for Josh Terry, and he can't hang on through traffic. It was in his hands. Walker, a good ball there on the run with pressure breaking in through pretty tight coverage. Got that into a tight window, but Terry could not hang on. And we'll now have to punt from our own 13. 2:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Eddie Stevens going to be one of his last. You don't know which one's going to be the last, so steady Eddie. We appreciate your efforts here with the Golden Eagles over the last 4 seasons. Before we get back to the action, we'll take a look at the Washington State impact players on offense, starting with Tyler Bruggman. As we said, almost 4,600 passing yards, 43 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions, and a completion percentage at 63.6, which I don't think we've seen throughout this entire season against an opposing quarterback. The Davey O'Brien Award winner led the nation in passing with that 92 throw power, 95 throw accuracy, 86 awareness at 94 overall. Although obviously a strict pocket passer here in this air raid scheme, really not much to write home about as an athlete. At running back, there's Gerald Wicks, who we've already talked about, and he makes a big impact in the passing game in this air raid scheme. 14 receiving touchdowns over his career, over 600 receiving yards each season, and he's actually outperformed his rushing production, which you kind of understand, but still a very productive runner with 5.7 yards per rush on his career. Their top target in the passing game is the aforementioned Darius Russell, last year's Mackey Award winner, where he was 1 yard short of 1,200 with 16 receiving touchdowns. The production down this season, although the yards per catch goes up about 2 yards. The receiving touchdowns, though, more than cut in half and just 748, but still very productive at tight end. Overall wise, he's only an 80, but a above average athlete at the position with 92 catching, 82 route running. So a very good fit in this scheme, and his blocking traits not terrible. Russell's actually the 2nd tight end on the depth chart. Josh Schroeder, the starter at 81 overall, more of a blocking guy, although like Russell this season, they both finished in the top 10 in the Mackey Award semifinalists. This season, 733 receiving yards with 6 touchdown catches and 14.4 yards per grab. The receiving core a little weaker than what you would expect. Their highest guy here, Ramon Chance at 80, but still solid production the past 2 years. 19 touchdowns over that span with over 850 receiving yards each season. So very consistent as this team's number 1, 6'5", 220, good size. Then there's Jason Green at a 1,000-yard season with 9 receiving touchdowns. Although not athletic, with just 85 speed and acceleration, 71 agility. The catching trait's not bad, but nothing over the top here with Green, but he seems like a steady option, maybe on some short routes. Shane Rogers, a better athlete, but the catch and traffic spec catch very low. The route running pretty low this season. Over 500 with 6 touchdowns. Then going down the offensive line, there's Sean Washington, 76 overall, 6'4", 300, redshirt sophomore. Cody O'Connell at left guard, 6'8", 366 with 99 strength. We'll check him out a little bit. I mean, his pancake to sacks given up ratio, nothing great over the past 2 seasons. Pretty much 1-to-1. 99 strength, like we said, with 93 impact, 89 run block, 87 pass block. At center, there's Carlos Freeman, even better than O'Connell. 91 overall, a captain on this team with 94 pass blocks, so a very good fit in this scheme with 94 strength and 84 impact. And a bunch of pancakes over the past few years, but even more sacks given up. 21 given up back in 2015 as a sophomore, but he has stabilized here in his upperclassman years, although a lot more opportunities to give up sacks in this scheme. At right guard, Vincent Waters, 83 overall, redshirt junior. And then at right tackle, true junior Jeremy Glover, 74 overall. So I think maybe attacking the tackles in this scheme may be most effective. They're a little bit weaker in those spots, so maybe we'll send some corner blitzes at times here today. Chris Carter was there on that short route. Chance makes the grab, breaks the tackle, and then tripped up there by Kevin Davis. First down now, Washington State again across midfield. Bruggman from the shotgun. And again, they have the in and out there, and he goes back to Chance, and he gets 7. The Cougars hurry up. Bruggman takes the snap. Mike Johnson almost comes down with the interception. In his first career start, he actually corralled an interception somehow, and now in his last career start, he almost gets one again, but couldn't hang on there. And now a 3rd and 3 from the 37. Bruggman going to keep, and again we get that glitch, but this time he recovers and does get ahead for the first down, 8 yards. Now at the 29. He's being chased, and he just gets the throw off as he's hit. That was Mike Johnson on the hurry NQB hit. Now 2nd and 10. Bruggman takes the snap. He'll check that down for Schroeder. And a good close there by Chris Carter, but Schroeder still hangs on now, 3rd and 6. Bruggman takes a snap here on 3rd down. They go screen for Wicks. And he's stopped short of the first down. A big hit there by Bobby Price as we force the 4th. Now the field goal unit out there for I think what's a 40-yard attempt, but a false start. And that'll bring him back a little bit. That backs him up now, a 45-yard attempt. And the Cougars do have a good field goal kicker. But we'll see if that penalty makes a difference. As it doesn't, very good. That would have been good from beyond 50, I think, as Washington State, the first team to score. Now Marquette takes over at the 25, less than a minute remaining here in this first quarter. Walker takes the snap. And I'm just going to throw that one away. Nothing open. And this coverage for Washington State's been a lot better than I thought it would be so far. So we've been talking about Tyler Bruggman. But second in the nation in passing was Jordan Darling of Kansas, where Herbert Wright, our defensive coordinator, left to coach. So a very good first season there with the Jayhawks for our former D coordinator. Now Walker will hit Coleman, drops that in over that lurking defender. A good throw from Walker, 21 yards to Coleman. I think that's what we needed. Once we get a big hit like that, I think we're good the rest of the way, as Walker displayed last week especially. Although we're going to be sacked, we waited for Kenneth Pope to develop that route there underneath, and Brian Bryant gets home. As I think that was Sean Murphy making his last career start as well. Couldn't hold on there in pass protection. That will take us into the second quarter. A rough way to end the first, as we do trail 3-0. The offense going to have to find their flow, but once we do, I think we'll be all right. The defense hanging strong here for the most part, but Bruggman and co., it's going to be tough to halt this passing game throughout the duration, although we have been a better second half defense, so hopefully we can keep that trend going here today. And now for the Washington State impact players on defense, starting with Peyton Pallur, their leader on D at middle linebacker over the course of his career. Nearly 200 tackles, 5 sacks, 18 pass deflections, 87 overall with 82 speed, 88 acceleration. You like that at linebacker with a decent awareness. 91 pursuit, only 79 block shed, 90 hit power, not the best in coverage. At left end, there's Daniel Equale at 6'4", 307 in this 3-4 front, 85 overall. Not the best athlete, but at that size, I mean, you'll take the 69 speed, agility with 80 acceleration, 94 strength, 91 power move. So just obviously a bull rush type guy with very strong anchor and 88 hit power on his career. 10 sacks, 6.5 this year with 26 tackles for loss this season and 3 forced fumbles. At right end, there's Jamal Fogle at 6'1", 307, a little bit better of an athlete, a little more balanced with 85 finesse, 86 block shed, 82 power move. So not as strong of a player, but a little better of an athlete who can get after the quarterback a little bit better. And then we'll just go back to the secondary. Look at their depth chart here at corner. It goes 76, 74, 70, 70, 69. So all underclassmen here with just one redshirt sophomore at free safety. Their starters injured, so now they go to Tony Rivero here, a middle linebacker by trade. 85 speed, though, 92 acceleration, 84 block shed. And I mean, the coverage traits do hold up back there, so an interesting decision there to get a linebacker in at safety, although something kind of common, I guess. And then Mike Beard is 78 overall at strong safety, just 82 speed. Now back to it, 2nd and 21 as we start the second quarter. Walker takes the snap. We have Craig Watkins there, and he makes the grab. Gives us 10 yards, now sets us up a more manageable 3rd and 12. Still 3rd and long, though. Marquette now at the 44-yard line. Walker takes the snap. Dumped it off for Coleman. He does hang on past the 50, a 4th and 4. Now we're just going to play this one aggressive. It's bowl week, why not? 4th and 4. I don't know if I'm feeling anything out of that formation in this spot. About ace bunch, Z spot, ace bunch. You know you want to, and we absolutely will. The run looks nice here as well, but I don't trust the run right now. Walker takes the snap. And we have Coleman wide open, and again, the dramatics diving for it. Just catch it and get upfield, but we'll take the first down. New life now as Marquette sets up at the 42. Trying to put together a scoring drive here to answer the Washington State field goal. Good seal block there on the edge, and McBride does get 5 up the middle. 2nd and 5 now, Alexander and McBride and Terry in the backfield. And they do give to Alexander. Splits through a lane there, and a good run for him. He finally gets something going, 12 yards. Also, I saw Ohio State lost their bowl game, so I think a 4-loss season for the Buckeyes, and they only had 1 throughout the first 4 years, as I keep iterating throughout all these episodes. Washington State brings pressure off the deflection, and Rivero secures that somehow. What was that? There's no way. The starting safety, linebacker by trade. How did he come up with that? Mason jumped up for it. That definitely hit the ground, no? Aye, aye, aye. Let's take another look at this. So, Walker on the drop back. Trying to get Mason on the tight end angle, but we probably had Childress up here on the watch back. So let's see. Rivera goes up for it. It looks like he misses it completely. Oh no, it hits him like in the midsection, in his like stomach, I guess. Ricochets. His like knee kicks it, I guess. Like, how does that not touch the ground? It doesn't, but I think it defied physics here. We're going to challenge the catch. I highly doubt this works to our favor. But in the replay, I mean, it hit the grass. Like, it had to. Or at least we hope so. I doubt it gets called back. But a great job there by the defensive lineman getting up, batting it. And even like creating that opportunity, that chance for the Cougars to make a big play. Obviously some glitchy stuff there with the ball. As I said, don't expect to get this back. But we'll throw it out there, see what happens. And we are charged a timeout, and the Cougars intercept us. And unfortunately, those are just the breaks you have to deal with sometimes. That's a brutal one. Now the Cougars from the 16. Bruggman will just dump that off for Smart. As Bobby Price will bring him down by the face mask, give him 15. We'll bring corner crash now from the left side, see if we can take advantage of these tackles, or at least try and start to. Bruggman the drop back. Just swings that out for Schroeder, nobody home. And Bobby Price does get there. 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Bruggman gets set back up. Washington State now from the 45. They'll give to Wicks. Bobby Price, I thought he was going to be home there in the backfield. Everyone diving, missing, and Kevin Davis does bring him down there at the 26. 30 yards for Wicks. Bruggman now from the shotgun. A big run there from Wicks. And that's going to be a false start on the right guard. Bring him back 5. The Cougars now backed up to the 31. 1st and 15. Bruggman takes the snap. Swings that out for Russell. Tries to break a tackle there and brought out there at the sideline. No gain. 2nd and 15 as they hurry back. Gonna get Wicks there. And another face mask, that time Carter, but no call. And that'll keep it now 3rd and 6. What is up with these face masks? Now 3rd down here. Man over the middle, that's Rogers, and Bobby Price there for the big hit. Washington State a 1st down now at the 10. Bruggman takes the snap. There's a check in there for Green. And he doesn't make the grab. Is that another face mask penalty? Make it 3 on 1 drive, 2 of which were called, 1 missed. So now Washington State 1st and goal from the 1. 4 chances here to pound it in. Go from the I formation as Wicks. An easy lane there for the touchdown. Cougars now up 10-0. Marquette looks to recover after that fluky interception. Stalled out a promising drive. They'll go run here for McBride. Good push up front by the Washington State D-line, but still McBride able to get 8. 2nd and 2 now, more than halfway through the 2nd quarter. And McBride again gets the give, gets head for 4 in the 1st down. Now at the 37, Walker out there empty. Takes the snap. Go there for Terry. Terry some space, and he gets ahead for 10 in the 1st down. Marquette set to lose only 3, I guess 4 starters if you count Jeff Harris at fullback, but Randy Heideman, Sean Murphy at left tackle, left guard, graduating along with Doug Childress. But other than that, the offense will remain intact as we're going to be very experienced next year. Greg Walker will now be in his senior season going into next season. Now we have Coleman there, and he gets open towards the sideline, resets, and able to get 16. Marquette quickly into Washington State territory now at the 38. Walker again from the shotgun takes the snap. They have a free rusher. We'll dump that off for Craig Jones. And Jones gets that for 6. Also, I don't know what it is, but it seems like my gameplay for this game a little laggy. Not that it's affecting my actual execution or play, but it just seems like it's a little laggy in some spots. So apologies if that affects the quality of your viewing. McBride again gets it, 7 yards. Now 1st down at the 20, 2 minutes remaining. Walker takes the snap. Will go quick there on Kevin Coleman out, and he gets 5. His 5th catch of the day for 55. At this point, Marquette just probably going to burn the clock as much as possible. You don't want to let Washington State and Bruggman take back over with their lethal passing attack. They do snap it here. 2nd and 5. Walker, a lot of space to run, although a man comes out of frame to bring him down. Still 6 yards and a 1st down. Now less than a minute remaining. Walker takes the snap. Go for Childress there inside the 10. He makes the grab. 2nd and 6. A 4-yard catch will hurry back as we still do have 2 timeouts remaining. Walker, 4 touchdown passes last week. Let's see if we can get back in there here. 2nd and 6. Marquette from the 10. Although we will let a little clock burn down first. I think we'll actually send Terry on a slant here over the middle. A lot of open space there in the middle. We'll see how it works out. Walker takes the snap. We will go for him. One-handed grab for Terry, and he fights ahead there to the 1. A 1st and goal. Flashy play there. Now 1st and goal, we do call a timeout. We give it to McBride, and he's stuffed there. So that makes it interesting. No timeouts. Obviously cannot take a sack here. We do have a couple chances here. Walker from the shotgun. Nothing open. We do have Watkins there in the end zone. He makes the touchdown grab. His 2nd in 2 weeks. He could have had 2 last week. Dropped 1. But we'll take that one here as Marquette finally on the board with just 8 seconds left in the 1st half. Now 8 seconds remaining. Eddie Stevens on for the kick. Try and limit them to hopefully bad field position here. They also have a very good kicker, so a good return can set them up quite well as Wicks takes that 28 yards, only 4 seconds remaining. Now probably just one chance here for the Cougars to strike it deep. Although they will go a keep for Bruggman and Randy Carpenter there to bring him down. And that will take us into halftime. Washington State up 10-7. A bad turnover there. Kind of stalled out what would probably have us in a game-leading or at least game-tying score going into halftime. But 10-7. Marquette, the number 10 team in the nation. A win here will give us our first 10-win season. And hopefully we can finish inside the top 10 if we can secure a win here today. The Cougars obviously a very good passing attack, but our defense holding strong for the most part. But as I mentioned earlier, definitely a second half team when it comes to defense. So hopefully that mantra stays intact and our offense can keep putting some good plays together, as it took us a little bit to get going here, but I think in the second half we're set to get some big plays together and more importantly some complete touchdown scoring drives. Now they're going to start here for a screen. Johnson was there. We've gotten lucky on those screen interceptions when we have a guy there in the flat, and Johnson just didn't respond here in his last start. Chris Carter, another tackle, had 7 in the first half, starting off the second with another one. 2nd and 7 now. Bruggman takes the snap. Man over the middle there, it's Green. And a good play on the ball there by Robert Williamson, forcing it free, incomplete, 3rd and 7. We've actually mixed in a lot of man coverage in this game, more so than usual. And in some spots it has been paying off, although here Williamson beat bad, as Chance got a lot of separation there on the out route. Williamson couldn't bring him down, then Bobby Price forces him out at just across midfield. 1st down now, Washington State at the 49. Bruggman just throwing that one away, now 2nd down. 2nd down, Bruggman takes the snap. Couple guys there towards the sideline. Rogers makes the play, although Henry brings him down 5 yards, now 3rd and 5. The Cougars hurry back as Bruggman takes the snap. We had Mike Johnson dropping back there off the line, and he almost got in the way to make the play. Shane Rogers, 7 yards, 1st down. Now at the 38. Again, Kenny Johnson was there for the screen interception, but just batting that one away. Now 2nd down. Bruggman from the shotgun, as has been the case here, takes the snap. Going to swing that for Wicks. Witherspoon misses on the dive tackle, and then Aaron Clark there to bring him down. 8 yards, and now 3rd and short. Washington State hurries back. We'll go cover one robber here, press them on the line. Bruggman takes a snap. And Kevin Davis, we had it. We had the interception, but Jenkins somehow came away with the catch. And we read that very well with Kevin Davis as Jenkins broke the press. So we had Davis back in cover one. I read that Jenkins was going to open up, and we're just a step late, I guess, although I thought we were going to come down with it. And now Washington State at the 15. They go back to Wicks. Can't really find anything. A big hit by Bobby Price. Only 3 yards. Kevin Davis, another good play there. Didn't make a play on the ball, but out there in space kind of forced Wicks to rethink his leverage. And now Jenkins a drop over the middle. That time we lost coverage there with Davis, but 3rd and 7 now. In this spot, we're going to go cover 2 sink out of dime. Had an extra DB on the field. Bruggman takes the snap. Has him in there in the corner of the end zone and just overthrows him. And I thought he was going to be able to haul that in. We get lucky there, catch a break, as they will attempt a field goal here from the 12. A 29-yard field goal attempt to put him up 13-7. Kick is up, and that's good, as Washington State now leads by 6. They score on their opening drive of the second half. Let's see if the Golden Eagles can keep the momentum from their drive to close out the first. They'll start here again for Dusty Alexander. Reworks up the middle and finds the lane 9 yards. And Alexander does have that split-second clock in his head where he reads the lanes very well and attacks the hole quickly. It's so weird there to see 57, number 57 has the single high safety up there, that linebacker Rivero. Now 2nd and 1, Walker takes the snap. And we had Childress there, just didn't attack the ball. And Corey Barnett, a good play there, forcing the incompletion. 3rd and 1 now. Marquette 0 for 3 on 3rd downs today. I feel like on the season we've really struggled as a 3rd down team. Harris will get the give there. Does get the forward progress and a fresh set for Marquette. Walker now out there empty. Will go inside smash. I think Pope might be free there. Walker takes the snap. We'll just check it down for Terry, and Beard, a tremendous read on that. And he's going to take that back all the way for a pick 6. And the Cougars are coming out strong here in the second half. Right when that left a hand, I saw Beard breaking on it. I didn't think he was going to react so quickly. We did stare down. That was Coleman, not Terry. We stared him down a little bit there. And maybe should have got rid of the ball quicker in that spot. 20-7 now, Washington State. Now, if you're Marquette, you really just have to take a deep breath. You know, it's only a 13-point game, still plenty of time. Let's try and get back in this one. Alexander will get the give here to start this drive. He gets ahead for 4. 2nd and 6. McBride now in the game with Jeff Harris as the fullback. McBride, a spin. Keeps his balance, works to the 45, and he gets 15. 1st down now. McBride's still out there. Does get the give. Going to work it to the outside. Gets good leverage there in space. Tries to spin away from that man one-on-one. Maybe should have went for the truck. We'll take 9, though. We go motion play action flood here. I don't know. It looks like they're sending pressure, but hopefully we can dump it off real quick. This play is set up, so we'll give it a chance. Rusher got in there free. We were barely able to scramble away from him, but still taken down for a sack. Now 3rd and 3. Thought we were going to be able to manipulate the pocket a little bit, step up there and get away from that pressure, but just too many guys got home, and the play action there in that spot definitely risky. Now 3rd and 3 at this spot, we're thinking we have 2 plays to get it done, so we'll give it to Alexander here. So see if he could do it on this one play, which he does as he gets ahead for 5. 1st down at the 45. We'll go back to Alexander. Good cut there into the lane, and he gets 7. Now 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Walker from the shotgun. We have a bunch of space there for Childress on the left. And we'll just take that easy 1st down, see if Childress can create after the catch, but not really a good stop there. But we'll take 9 yards and a 1st down. 1st down now at the 29. Walker takes the snap. Go for Terry there, and we squeeze it in, and Brown comes up with it. Oh my goodness, we're not getting any breaks here. They're catching everything. I mean, probably a bad read there in a tight spot, but since when do the linebackers like this just make crazy plays on the ball like this? We see a lot of dropped interceptions. Trying to hope for some here today, but just not the case, and we're really struggling in this one now. 20-7, Washington State takes over at the 24. 2:16 remaining in the 3rd. Wouldn't be surprised if they start mixing in the run a little bit, although they will pass. And Rodgers over the middle, and he brings that in for 10 and a 1st down. The pressing is showing so far. I thought this team was going to be primed for an Orange Bowl spot, missed out. And now back in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl, it's not looking too good as Wicks manages to get away from some guys there, gets 8 yards. Now 2nd and 2, Washington State hurries back, keeping the tempo all game here, and they will give to Wicks this time, and a great tackle by Antonio Carr. Finished 2nd in the Lombardi Award voting, finishing just short, but making a big play here, his 1st stop of the day. If we can force a 3 and out and get the ball back, I mean, really no harm, no foul, leaving points on the board, but still, it would still only be a 2-possession game. Bruggman will keep, and he's brought down by Williamson just short of the 1st down. That's going to be a 4th and 1. Honestly, I would go for it in this spot if I was the Cougars, but they are going to send out the punt team. So the defense responds well after another interception from Greg Walker, his 3rd of the game. I think earlier in the season he had a 3-interception game, and I guess, playing better teams this season, it's going to happen. I think a clip there, although hopefully it's a missed call, as Williamson takes that to the 30, and that will stand. 3 interceptions from Greg Walker, and I'm kind of tempted to go to Lawrence Jackson, the backup, and see what he can do in a spot like this. We're going to go quick option there, and that gets -2. 2nd and 12, we come out with 5 receivers as this 3rd quarter winds down. Quincy Bonner out there, the true freshman, had 2 big catches last week. Childress in motion, Walker takes the snap. And another tight coverage over the middle, a good close, and another bad read. I don't know what we're doing right now under center. At least last week we had a good game passing. Like I said earlier, over 300 passing yards, 4 touchdown passes. We've never done that, but kind of come back down to earth a little bit in this one. Walker there, good timing throw for Kenneth Pope, and maybe what he needed to get back in rhythm. A big conversion there on 3rd and 12. 1st down, Kenneth Pope, his 1st catch of the day. Now just seconds remaining here. I think we'll give it to Pope here on this wide receiver run. Well, I like the space. A hole opens up as Pope gets ahead for 10 or 11 across midfield, and a good play to end the 3rd quarter. So Washington State adds on here now, up 20-7. Some bad Greg Walker throws, but we're going to try and settle down here in the 4th. Our defense probably can't give up any more points, but hopefully our offense can come back with 2 touchdown scoring drives and get us back in this one. Marquette will start the 4th quarter now from the 49 of Washington State. They'll go McBride on the counter here to start, and a good play off block there by 93. McBride thought he had some more green grass ahead, Just really can't make any more throws in contested spots. Has to be a clean, open receiver. We have Mason over the, I'm sorry, Childress over the middle. He hangs on, and he gets 9 in the first. 4 receivers now out there. Jack Mason at tight end. Walker out there empty from the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to the right. Try to get Terry there, and we shouldn't have usered him there. Couldn't react on the catch there. Incomplete now, 2nd and 10. Alexander the lone back. And he gets the carry. Good crash there by that Washington State defensive line. A good spin from Alexander. Gets 4. Now 3rd and 6. Marquette comes out an ace bunch on this 3rd and 6. Walker going there for Terry at the sideline. Terry hangs on. Reels that one in. 14 yards inside the red zone now. We go curl flat corner here. Hoping Terry can maybe spring free there. I think we'll put Mason as an extra blocker. Maybe Childress underneath. We'll just go Childress. I wasn't going to risk that for Terry. We'll try deep curls here. I think Mason maybe over the middle into the end zone. Walker takes the snap. We have Terry there. And he barges his way in for the touchdown. The deep curl worked out, and he finished the job. And now 6 minutes remaining. Marquette going to be within 1 point. Did I say 1 point? Obviously, I meant 1 possession. So correction there. Sometimes I'll say things in these commentaries, and I'm like, wait. Totally did not say the right thing there. And Kenny Johnson had tight coverage over the middle there on that slant for Jason Green, but Green hauls that one in, a first down. A day late and $1 short has been the theme here with Kenny Johnson. A lot of close calls there on potential interceptions. Now a quick check down there for Rogers. Bounces off a man now. A lot of green grass ahead. Kenny Johnson can't bring him down, and he's going to take that all the way. Inexcusable defensive play there. Missed the tackle wide open on the check down. Shane Rogers burns that down the field for 63. The Cougars now back up 2 possessions. And they will go for the 2-point conversion here, trying to make it a 14-point game. Just went with the coach suggestion on this play. And again, Kenny Johnson does not recognize the ball. It was definitely within range for him to make a play on it. Green hauls in the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Oh no, correction there. That wasn't Green on the touchdown. Now 5:45 remaining. Marquette back in the hole. You don't got to be too quick, but also you don't really have any time to just, leisure on in this part of the game. Have a man there. I think that's Pope at the sideline. Breaks off a man there on the out route. Gets 11, first down. We're going to stay in the hurry up. Marquette gets back to the line. Walker from the shotgun takes the snap. Over the middle of the field for Coleman. And again, we're almost picked off. Thought we were going to be able to squeeze that in there. And we were not able to. This is just one of those games you really don't feel good about anything you do. I don't really know how this play is going to open up, but we'll see. Walker takes the snap. Go for Childress there on the timing. And a good connection there between Junior Walker and Senior Childress as we move across midfield. Walker 20 for 29, but those 3 interceptions obviously killer. The first one, though, not really his fault. Takes the snap. A man at the sideline again. That's Childress. Got one of those feet in. 12 yards, and we're just kind of nickeling and diming it now down the field. Marquette now in pretty good flow through the passing game. We'll see if it holds up. Walker takes the snap. They send the house there. Pope with the catch. Reverses field, but trips up. And he gets 11 in the first down. Going to stay in the hurry up. The tempo kind of working out so far. Go slot pivot here. See if Pope can stay hot. Actually, we'll put Terry on a 9 as well. As Walker takes the snap. Swing that out for Alexander. I was going to say hopefully he can keep a feed in, but he can't. And that nets us -3. Now less than 5 minutes remaining. 2nd and 13 now. Walker takes the snap. Bubble screen there for Terry. And the other corner broke off that Childress block. And that could have been dangerous. Now 3rd and 13. 3rd and deep now. We have responded well, converting our last 4 third downs. Walker takes the snap. Bad throw, but we have Terry there over the middle. He goes up and gets it. And does he draw the face mask as well? That would be huge. And that is the call. We have fresh life, a first down on what seemed to be a dead play. Now at the 11, 2 tight ends now on the field. Walker does take the snap. Mason over the middle hangs on. 7 yards now down to the 4. And we're going to hurry back, maybe call a run here for McBride. I don't think we've ran it all drive. I think McBride is due for one here. Washington State, though, is stacking the box. Maybe we can get an outside one here for McBride if they commit to the inside. And McBride, a lot of green grass there to the right as he finds the end zone, and Marquette again strikes. Clawing our way back here little by little. 4:08 remaining in the fourth. And again, a one-score game. But our defense is going to have to hold up and not allow a quick scoring drive like we did before. Although if they are going to score, I guess we do prefer for it to be quicker. But ultimately, we do need a stop. Only 4:08 remaining, and Castillo, I think, got laid out after the kick there. All right, 4:08 up 7. We'll see if Washington State now starts to gravitate towards the run. It won't be here, though. Quick check down there for Rogers. Fresh off a 63-yard catch and run. That one for 5. Now 2nd and 5. More than halfway through this fourth quarter now. Rogers over 100 receiving yards now on the day. 2nd and 5 now. Goes screen for Chance. He's brought down by Witherspoon. Gets 3. Now 3rd and 2. Forcing another 3 and out would obviously be optimal here. Bruggman has Wicks there. Williamson misses the tackle. Got to stop these dive tackle misses. And Wicks picks up the first down. A fresh set of downs here for the Cougars now at the 43. Bruggman on the drop back. Has a man up the sideline there in green. I don't know how he misses the man. Kevin Davis not going to bring him down either. Nor is Mark Henry. Another huge hit for Washington State. 57 yards this time. And again, Marquette in a 2-possession hole. And with that, Bruggman passes Austin Apodaca for the Washington State school record for passing touchdowns in the season. Now I think it was at 45. Jeez, these drives we're having in the second half just keep getting more and more urgent. Our defense giving up a lot of busted coverages, can't tackle. And Washington State, they're not going deep to beat us. They're just going on short game. And their guys are doing the rest. That's Dylan Anderson. I think just his second catch of the season, going to be in a more expanded role next year. As Doug Childress set for graduation. We love Anderson's 6'4" frame. The tallest receiver on the roster. We get set back up now. 3 minutes remaining, 2nd and 1. Bad decision there. I don't know what we're doing. Just lost track over the middle. That's 4 turnovers in this game. I don't know if we've ever had 4 turnovers in a single game before. And we're going to end this season on a very low note. Man, this was a tough one. Not a fun game by any means. 4 interceptions for the first time and kind of just lost all momentum at this point. Kind of at a low right now. I haven't felt this way since the beginning of last season where we dropped our first 2 games of the year. But this might be one of the worst performances we've ever had as a collective full effort throughout 4 quarters. Really lacked bright spots. We kind of got going on offense, but just couldn't make up for 4 turnovers. I mean, only being down 14, that's kind of crazy at this stage. And now a big run here for Wicks as he busted to the outside. And definitely the better team is going to win today. Had Orange Bowl aspirations, but Washington State shutting those down as we weren't even good enough to compete here in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. Won it last year against a much better UCLA team. You know, we beat UCLA in triple overtime last year. They would go on to start this season 9-0 or 8-0, number 1 in the nation. So for a while there, we were the last team to beat them, but we're kind of beating ourselves now. I'm not even going to call timeouts. Let's just get out of this one. It's gone on long enough, and now we can look ahead to year 6. So I hate to end year 5, you know, such a monumental season on such a low note, but it's football, you know. You never know what's going to happen. You're not going to win them all. You can win most of them, but you're not going to win all of them by any means. Not even really paying attention to what we're doing on defense. I will call a timeout here on 3rd down, but yeah, a rough way to end the season. But we look ahead now to the off season where really it's going to be not as eventful as maybe you would think, just because we're not losing many players. So we're going to keep, you know, the base of our roster kind of intact, and we only have a few spots to fill. I don't really believe in, you know, bringing in an overabundance of players at spots. You know, I kind of like to stick with the guys we have, unless, you know, we have a bust player that we kind of want to replace in the recruiting front. As is Washington State, they're going to pour on another one, and this is definitely going to be the worst loss we suffer all season. and I was not prepared for this. I thought this would be kind of not an easy matchup for a bowl game, but I thought Washington State, they barely eked into bowl eligibility. I thought this was going to be a game we can handle. But in the second half, our defense really fell apart, and 2 more interceptions obviously does not help our case. Wicks there, a big hit. I think that was Bobby Price. At least someone's playing with some heart in this one. Only 18 seconds remain. I really hope we can keep them out of the end zone here, as they are just going to bring it down to the final clock. So we fall here in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. We won it last year, but lose it this year. 35-21, Washington State just imposed their will on us. Their defense stood up and held up much better than I thought they would, sticking to us in man despite a very bad secondary. And we see one there, Beard on that pick 6, which proved to be a huge swing, because that could have been the 14 points. They get 7 there. We miss out on 7. So even limiting just one less turnover in this game probably could have kept us in it. And it's kind of a shame we had to rely on our defense so much, because overall they were good. Just 2 big miscues on those 2 big catch and runs. And there's Greg Walker. We still have one more season with Greg as he's set for his senior year. And I think next year is really going to be the season we break onto the national scene. I mean, number 10 at this point going to fall down a little bit, but still, we're one of the best up-and-coming programs in all of college football. And I think next year we're set for maybe a double-digit win season and maybe an Orange Bowl bid, or maybe even beyond. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Again, very sorry that we couldn't end on a better note, but like I said, it's football. You're not going to win them all. You're not going to win every situation. And in this game, we lost most of the situations, most of the small battles that you need to win in order to win football games. So hats off to Mike Leach and the Washington State Cougars. And I'll be back. I look forward to the off-season episode in the next episode, my favorite aspect, and I hope you enjoy that aspect as well. So as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.